Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of League of Nonsense. I am here today with Braden Mater, aka Airbender2727, and we're playing Earth again. For today's topic, we wanted to go over something that's going to be coming out. Is it November when the season ends, right?
Yes, November's when the season ends and the preseason starts.
Yeah. It'll be coming out with preseason, and I missed that.
Proud of you.
There's going to be new items that are coming into League of Legends that will basically just change the entire season completely. I'm gonna flash. What are you doing? Oh my
Kill him.
gosh. I see.
Oh, yoinked.
I have missed every single hook so far.
Ah, no, I've been watching.
Alright. Are you coming back?
Yeah, I'm coming back. We still got a little bit of time left.
I see. Well, anyways, yeah, there's going to be a bunch of new items in League of Legends coming after the season hits, and it's going to just change the entire meta, I feel like, in general.
It's going to change the entire game, pretty much.
Yeah. I feel like ADCs are actually going to be useful now.
They're already useful.
Because they've been... Well, they're useful, but, like, they've kind of...
Alright, let's go bottom.
Gone... Haven't they gotten kind of, like, less useful recently?
I mean, yeah.
This year, at least. Yeah, ADCs are definitely getting a lot of buffs from this, I know, just in general, because,
So
like...
assassins.
Definitely. What are we into? Are we into...
Gangplank. I'm fine with
Gangplank and
Gangplank.
what? I'm fine with Gangplank to an extent.
Misfortune, I'm fine with this.
I don't know why I took this item first, but...
Oh, no.
That missed. Okay.
Looked. Oh, I didn't realize that you actually hit that. That looks so weird on my screen.
Anyways. So... They're changing... There are some items that are coming back, but with different, like, passives, which, I mean, a lot of them are. It's just they have different names as well, most of them. There are some with the same names. Like... Let's see here. Duskblade of Rakthar is one of them.
Infinity Edge is coming back.
Trinity Force is coming back with the same name.
Just a different look.
No, Trinity Force is staying the same.
Oh, I thought they were not. I thought they were changing the particles of it.
Are they?
Yeah. They're changing...
When you say particles, like the
icon look.
No, the icon looks about the same if everything's correct here. But, sorry, I'm coming back to lane with the
You're good.
pickaxe. I didn't know what I was building. So, yeah, some of those items are the same, but they have different passives and, like, abilities and all that kind of stuff. So, another addition to the items is what is known as a mythic item. And I don't know exactly how many there are, but each mythic item has a unique passive that grants other legendary items, which I think mythic and legendary are the same thing. I could be wrong.
I think so.
But they grant other mythic items a extra, like, ability kind of power in a way. Where are you? Oh, I see.
I'm right here.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
You can't block us all.
You cannot, no. So, like... So, some examples of mythic items giving passives to other mythical items. There is Shurelia's Battle Song, which grants all other legendary items 3% move speed. So for, like, each legendary item you get, if you have a full build of them, you'll get a total of 18% move speed. If you get something known as Divine Devourer, grants all other legendary items armor penetration, 5% armor penetration. That was an early orange.
Oh wow!
God.
I got bamboozled.
I probably could have saved you. I didn't. Really.
Nah, that's fun.
Okay. Well, anyways, there's also a bunch of new like activated traits of items in this season. So like with Shurelya's, or actually Shurelya's looks about the same, right?
Probably.
Actually, no, it doesn't. I don't. It might not. It says it grants you and nearby allies 40% decaying move speed for 4 seconds and 60 to 100 bonus magic damage on the next 3 attacks or ability hits against champions. I don't know if it had the damage part before.
No, it didn't have the damage part.
Yeah. That's one example. Another is oh jeez. With Divine Devour, it gives you this is a passive one rather than an active, but it gives you something called Spellblade, which after using ability, your next attack will deal bonus physical damage. Okay.
You could. Nice.
Okay. Your next attack will deal bonus physical damage equal to 8% of their target's max health, and it has a cooldown on it of 89 seconds. Currently, those numbers are probably going to change eventually. Just depending on how Riot wants to balance the game. There's a gangplank behind you? Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, I see.
I just got slapped.
We're just gonna do this.
Yeah, just dip.
I tried. Okay, I made it.
Yeah, you're good.
Anyways. And if the target champions... or if the target was a champion, you also heal for an amount of the damage depending on if you're a ranged champion or a melee champion. If you're ranged, you will currently heal for 40% of the damage dealt, and if you're melee, you'll heal for 60%. Ow, that hurt. I
Is
forgot.
that over half your health?
Yeah. Was.
Oh, and I messed it up. Dang it.
Lanterns are kind of difficult to use on in this game mode. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, it's fine though. We're doing fine. I want to back though. So yeah, there's different like tiers that they've put these items into, and like I'll wait till Braden can show it off again with the shop. It's going to look much different than what it currently does. We can't really show you currently because this is the base game and not the PvE.
Yeah.
Which have we gone over PvE before?
What?
Have we gone over the PvE, what it is before?
No.
Yeah, the PvE is basically just like the
performance
it's
testing.
Yeah, I forget what that stands for. It's like public beta environment or something like that. Yeah. And what it is, it's a pre-build of League of Legends that you can get an account on pretty easily, I think, not anymore.
Yeah, you just have to sign up, basically.
Yeah. And you get to test out all of the new item changes and or champion or skin changes that are coming to League that will eventually come to the full game. Like, I have a PvE account. Braden currently does not, but it's, okay, this is annoying. This lane's actually annoying.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
What's worth more? A pound of
Now that Janna's here, yeah. Oh, there goes my health. Oh, where did Caitlyn come from?
Everywhere.
Anyways, they've separated the items into different like categories of kinds of champion. So like, there's a category for mage champions that they've separated them into, which are generally going to be items that give you. This is a mistake, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I tried to auto and I canceled it.
I saw.
Yeah. For mage champions, it's generally going to be like ability power items, sometimes magic pen items and like cooldown. There's marksman items, which are going to be AD oriented or attack damage oriented, and they're going to have like attack speed and lifesteal and crit chance and all that kind of stuff as well. Another one is tank, which is going to include a lot of health and or like
Armor,
magic resist items. Yeah, I think they have a tier for every kind of like what they have for champion tiers anyways. I could be wrong. There's assassin mythic items,
There's assassin, marksman, fighter, tank,
support,
and mage.
yeah. They've also removed some items, like they've just removed them entirely as items with like the icons as well as the names and everything, such as Adaptive Helm, Athene's Unholy Grail, Frozen Mallet, Hextech GLP, Hextech Gunblade, Spellbinder, Static Shiv, Twin Shadows, and all of the jungle items.
Yeah, and they're also just combining some of the items together.
Yeah. I forget which one it was. Is it Black Cleaver or is it Blade of the Rune King that has both of the passives now?
I believe it's Black Cleaver that's gonna have both of them.
Yeah. So like Blade of the Rune King will normally would, like currently anyways, would give you percentage max health auto attacks basically for your. Is it max health or is it?
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, which one?
Okay. Blade of the Rune King.
Yeah, Blade of the King would do damage based on their max health.
Yeah. For each auto that you do, it'll do extra damage to them. And Black Cleaver, what it would do originally, what it will do now currently, compared to what it'll do later, is currently it will shred their armor with each auto attack up to like stacking 5 times, I think.
Yeah.
And basically, what that will do is just make their armor, just reduce their armor by a whole lot, and it will make it so that any AD damage that you do will be increased. How did I get? Oh, I get it. It was a Ignite. But with the new items, they're going to give both of those passives to Black Cleaver, it sounds like. Another thing that we haven't really talked about, because we haven't really showed it off much, is like jungle gameplay. That's going to change a bit as well, because currently in this season you have to get a jungle item. I mean, you don't, you kind of just have to.
Yeah, pretty much.
And the jungle item takes up an additional slot in your inventory that could be used for other things. Yeah, that's fine. And what they're doing with it now is that you buy the item at the beginning of the game, and once you smite 5 camps with your summoner spell smite, it will become a part of your smite, and so it won't take up a slot in your inventory. And that's one of the kind of like annoying problems with jungle now, is that you technically are limited to 5 items instead of a full build of 6, just due to the fact that the nature of how it is. I mean, there's how many are there now? There's like 3 jungle items?
Yeah.
Outside of like red or blue smite, there's like 3 jungle items. I forget what they're called.
What? There's Skirmisher Saber, there's... Ooh.
Okay. There. Okay, there's 4. There's Cinderhulk, Runic Echoes, Warrior, and Bloodraiser. And I mean, it's not a lot of options necessarily. It's enough to kind of get for most of the junglers, but like sometimes it just doesn't help you as much as like another item slot could.
Yeah.
Which is what's nice about this. It looks like So, what they're doing with the new items, like stat-wise, they're going to be giving you... Oh no.
They're going to be giving you like more versatility in your build, so you don't have to build the same thing.
Yeah. So like, there's two items. There's the red smite and there's the blue smite. The blue smite will slow enemies that you smite with it, and the red smite will. What does the red smite do now? Here.
Red smite deals true damage with a bleed.
Okay. Yeah, and basically, it will. They give you, both of them will give you 8% Omnivamp against monsters, which is basically like healing from your spells and or autos. Each one gives you what's known as Tooth and Nail, which is damaging monsters, burns them for 61 magic damage over 5 seconds. Each one... Oh, Gangplank was there? Okay.
Yeah, he hurts a lot.
I didn't know he was behind us, is what I'm saying.
He's doing his Infinity Edge build with Rapid Fire Cannon.
That's understandable, yeah. I'm just doing the Infinity Edge build. That's fine.
Yeah, you need a Rapid Fire Cannon also, probably.
Yeah. Each one, another thing that's like... This is kind of the reason you need to take the jungle items now, because you can't really jungle without them, is that they give you bonus experience from monsters. So, for instance, when you get the first buff of the game, which is blue or red buff generally, it will level you up to level 2 with the camp, as long as you have your jungle item. And I think you get like, what, half of an experience bar from a jungle camp outside from the red or blue buff? Yeah. So it's not great. And each of the new items is going to do that, but after you smite 5 camps, like we said, it won't take up an item in your inventory. There's some interesting items that are coming in general that are going to be... I feel like they're going to break the game for a little bit until they figure out exactly how they want to balance it. Like, Duskblade of Drakthar. Supposedly, Brayden has heard about... like. Can you explain like what you've heard about like with the Jhin thing?
From what I heard about it is whenever you what its new passive is it's gonna be doing whenever you deal damage to a whenever you're able to kill somebody on the enemy team, or you will get a second of invisibility for or your character will become invisible for like a full second. And with Jhin, how it goes is his thing will scale with damage, and he will, when he crits, he gets movement speed, and you can, if you get a kill and you build full damage, you can remain invisible for pretty much the entire fight as long as you keep getting kills. And with the new system, that you only need like 3 items to build full crit. You can,
really?
What?
Is it really only 3?
It's now, I think it's like 4 now, but you can still build that, and when he scales off of crits, he's going to have a lot of damage that he's going to have an overload, so he can easily kill off many people and just remain invisible.
I see. Yeah, I've seen some interesting videos on YouTube about like different interactions with some of the new items and champions. One of them is Master Yi, which seems like it's going to be a problem if you stack Neighbori Quick Blades, which basically reduces your cooldown whenever of your abilities that are not your R or ultimate ability. It will reduce them by 20% for each crit. And like someone just stacked 6 of them, and so Master Yi was able to just press Q every auto, which is kind of problematic considering he just goes untargetable completely during that time. I mean, I know there's a way he can take damage during that time, but I don't...
It has to be a bleed effect.
Night. Yeah. Outside of that, there's not really a way to do it. So, like, some items are going to be problematic for a while. I know that I don't remember what item it is. They're giving they're giving champions that have the item a dash,
Yeah, I don't like it.
and it's like they only had that on an AP item
Yeah.
currently, which is gun or proto belt,
Yeah, it's Proto Belt.
which I don't know if proto belt does the same thing now.
I don't know. I haven't seen what it's really going to be like.
Okay. Yeah. So the dash is going to be interesting. There's another item that's going to be interesting that gives all champions that have it basically a Vayne passive for like her W. So
Oh, yeah.
every 3 autos they will do an increased damage, and they will do true damage with it. Another thing that I'm not sure how I feel about, we'll just have to see what happens, is Tiamat. How they're changing it. Which Tiamat, currently there is a activated kind of thing for it, where you can reset your auto and it does like extra damage to all of the units around you in a little circle area. And what they're changing about it is it's no longer going to have an active. It's just going to do a little bit more damage in general, the procs of it, and it's going to be able to apply on range champs, which is not the funnest, sounds like. Especially champions like Urgot, who can just press W and have... What? Does he just have base 2.5 attack speed in his W?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to be able to clear waves super quick. Champions like Kog'Maw are going to be probably stupid with it.
Yeah, Proto Belt, or not Proto Belt. Tiamat was only for melee people.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see if this actually is going to be a problem. I mean, I'm not sure. We'll just have to kind of...
Oh, it'll definitely be a problem.
Yeah, I don't know if how they're gonna balance it necessarily, but we'll... Just in general, this new season is gonna be a very interesting one because of how much balancing they're gonna have to do, especially at the beginning of the season, which is what preseason is for. But
Yeah. The last time that they did the big change, like, well, pretty much what all the items are, was when they redid the map of Summoner's Rift. That was the last super big thing that they did. I mean, I guess the Drakes kind of were a big thing, but...
Yeah. I mean, they haven't really changed a lot, necessarily item-wise, in a long while, have they?
No. They've just taken in... They just have some of them where they take them in and redo some of them. Like, the last big item change was, I think, when Duskblade was introduced.
Yeah, and that's when, like, all the assassin items were kind of...
Yeah, it's
becoming
during
a thing.
the Assassin update.
It's interesting. I mean, I definitely feel like they're going to probably have to change some champion kits around as well. I feel like, depending. I mean, I don't know if you heard about Katarina, what's happening with her.
No.
Her passive and her ult are going to be applying on hits now.
Ah, so I see.
So, building like a Tiamat on her as well, and like Blade of the Rune King and all that kind of stuff is going to be awful to play against.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I feel like that's not going to last too long. I could be completely wrong on that, but...
Yeah, it might not even make it through the actual server.
Yeah. I mean, I saw gameplay of it, and he wasn't even doing that great, but he was just running, like, Tiamat, and Tiamat alone was being stupid, and doesn't she scale AP?
She scales, well, she scales AP, but she can scale both. I remember back in the good old days when AD Katarina was a thing. Ow! How'd that knock me out?
I see. Yeah, I've seen a decent amount of videos of stuff in here. One of them is kind of interesting because it's just like, it's more just fun, I think. And it's like an item that gives you health, and it also gives you like, makes your champion bigger. And for champions that are like Zac and Cho'Gath, it's kind of funny because like they already gained a bunch of champion size. Just
Yeah,
like,
so does Malphite.
Malphite does?
Yeah, they changed it to where his size grows with armor.
I didn't know that. When did that happen?
That happened a while ago.
Yeah, Zach scales his champion size with health. Apparently Malphite scales with armor. Cho'Gath scales with the amount of stacks that he gets from his...
Passive, yeah. Or his old passive, yeah.
Does Nasus still?
No. Well, might. I don't know. I don't play against that many Nessuses, so I don't see Nessi.
Yeah. There's not a lot of items right now that give... I mean, there's a couple items that give it, I guess.
The only one that I can think of would be Elixir. I guess.
Gargoyles.
Well, yeah, Gargoyles. I forgot about that. And then I think, whatchamacallit, the heck? I can't think of the name. Why can't I? Sterix. Sterix also does it when it procs.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. And then there's also Lulu, but I mean, that's just an old...
That's not an item!
I know. Volibear is an item, actually. You just didn't know it.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how some of the new items just, like, change the meta. I mean, I almost feel like mages might not be as strong. I could be wrong.
They're not going to look as strong compared to the assassins.
Your inhibitor
Yeah.
has been destroyed.
I mean, I feel like some of the biggest buffs in general for this season are going to be assassins and or ADCs. I don't know how much about like fighters and stuff. Tanks, maybe.
Tanks are going to be good, ADCs are going to be good, and assassins are going to be good.
And what's like the current meta? Do you know?
It's mages and assassins mainly. Or it's actually like mainly fighters.
So like Aatrox and stuff like that.
Aatrox, Set was good, Silas.
Aatrox is ridiculous. I really wish they would take that away from him. He did not need that buff.
He did, he wasn't getting played at all.
I don't think he needed that big of a buff though.
It wasn't even that big of a buff, it was just 30 lifesteal on his ultimate. But that's at max rank though, so you'd have to wait till max rank to get it.
I mean, I guess it's just like, it's just so strong. I feel like every time I've played against an Aatrox now, it's just been awful. Stupid Rift Herald. Where's Fizz? There's Fizz.
It's like, I think we're gonna lose this,
I don't-
but...
We're gonna lose it, I just don't know when. Because, like, Fizz has
I mean, whenever they
troubles
just
getting...
whenever they just decide to
Well,
run for it, because if they all five
They've
just
tried.
hit it...
That's
Well, I mean,
the
if all
thing.
they all five tried individually, I mean, if they just all group up and end it, they'd end it.
Yeah, probably. That was an accident. I meant to tank that for him.
Just like this, yeah, they're just gonna go for the end here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just it.
But,
Yep,
it'll be interesting. There's just... Are they keeping the elixirs?
I think so. I don't know. Haven't seen enough of it.
There's just a lot to take in, and it's going to be interesting to, like, see how it'll work. Because I know that one of the things they changed in the menu for the items, like, buying them, is that the recommended is much more interactive this time. So, like, it'll give you 3 options that are, like, for instance, Tank Shredder, and it'll give you, like, 3 options in that category.
Yeah, it'll just
and then,
give you like
your next
more
item will...
information
yeah.
on what you should build against each team.
Yeah. So, following recommended builds will be kind of more useful now. I mean, it's still useful, but sometimes you kind of got to go off of the recommended. For instance, like Grievous Wounds, which is also being changed.
Good.
I mean, I still feel like it's gonna not work very well, but...
Probably not.
Because, I mean, what? It's... Like, the Grievous Wounds items are...
Executioners, Mortal Reminder, Realnomicon.
Yeah, but the, like, I'm talking about, like, how they changed it.
I don't know. I haven't seen enough of it.
I saw it earlier here. Where was it? Is this it? I'm trying to find it real quick here. I know it's here. Okay. Well, regardless, we can talk about that another time if necessary. Oh, here it is. So, like for instance, one of them is Chempunk Chainsword. It has a passive of Cursed, which says dealing physical damage applies 40% grievous wounds to enemy champions for 2 seconds. If the target is below 50% health, this effect is increased to 60% grievous wounds.
Hmm.
And it kind of depends on which item you get that has it,
Yeah.
what the, increased amount is. But, I mean, it's currently like 50%.
Yep. We'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah. Every time we have grievous wounds used against us, it always works, but like when we use it, it doesn't. So, anyways, that'll be all for this episode of League of Nonsense.